give you the product for me. This time last year, I remember we sat and we talked, and you presented what was at the time a roadmap. You know, your vision of the way forward in the next 6, 12, 18 months. And I feel like your talk now is an update on that. You've stayed the course in many ways, in terms of gaming, in terms of convergence, in terms of other themes, but you've got something real to show. Can you give a general indication of what you've learned over the course of the year, any adjustments you've made to that strategy?
Well, last year we talked about also the fact that we're going to focus on retail as well. And so we also spend a lot of effort in terms of increasing our resources, focusing about points of distribution, focusing about point of material in terms of point of purchase material, invest more in marketing and make sure that we are available in terms of breadth and width in the retail market. From a product point of view, the most important message that I'd like to deliver to the market today is that our focus has been consistent. And what we have done is we continue to build on our focus. So we set our strategy, our vision in terms of servicing the consumer market, and we continue to execute on that strategy. So the idea over here is that being able to address different consumer segments with different products and that will service different needs.
Again, a discussion about customer segmentation.
Right.
What are you doing to help your retail partners understand the opportunities within the customer base?
Ongoing dialogue to make sure that we address what they need. Okay, understanding we heard earlier tonight about push versus pull. We are going through that transition, and absolutely we continue to address it. So I don't believe that right now we are ready to say it's one way or the other, but I think we are going through that transition. Some retailers are going through the pull strategy. Some of them are going through the push strategy. We are there to work with them to make sure that they are successful.
A number of the biggest PC manufacturers are exhibiting here at DCC. What would you tell retailers in terms of what they should be looking for in terms of deciding what vendors to stock, what partners to have? What do you think they are looking at now, and what do you think maybe they aren't but should be looking at?
I think they should look at Dell. Then they should look at Dell, and then they should look at Dell.
It's a very simple answer.
Really, it has to do with the retailer and their focus and what we're going to go, which market we're going to service. And so it's about the product, it's about the market focus. It depends which segment they're going to focus on. So if it's gaming, they need to look at Alienware and products in the same kind of category. If it's productivity, they need to look at multimedia devices that deliver the services and the applications that they're looking for. If it's mobility, then they need to start looking at the convergence story and the idea, the fact that the market is no longer about having one device, but in actuality in all of our lives, and I think 90% of us over here have a second device and a third device, and maybe a couple of them for work, where one of them is stationary, even if it's a laptop, but you also have a smaller screen when you are on the go because you don't want to carry heavy weight. At the same time, you have to have your own personal mobile device because you cannot mix between your personal use and your work use. So all of that is available to us right now, and I will emphasize the idea of having the market is expanding to have the secondary device and the third device for the same individual.
Okay. Last year you presented the roadmap. This year is sort of an update, a status report. I'm going to ask you to look a little bit further down the road and to project the next 6 to 12 months. For Dell's consumer business, are there certain product categories or specific geographies that you're looking to achieve real results?
My geography is Middle East and Africa and Turkey, so we'll continue to work very hard to do that. Dell's geography is the globe, and we will continue to focus on the globe. From a product category, I think the way to look at it from a consumer point of view for us and our vision in the market, we did announce globally that we have the 3-inch product, we have the Mini 5, the 5-inch product, we have the 10-inch product, the 11-inch product, the 13, the 14, the 15, the 17. And so again, the idea is about servicing the consumer need and what they need, what they require. So in some markets, so if you go into Central Europe, the 17-inch is far more product that is demanded than over here. Over here, you would look for products. The most demanded product goes between the 15-inch and sometimes the 14-inch. So you really have to be regionalized. You have to be focused on what the market needs from you from one region to another. And some markets might be more advanced than others, and some markets might be a little bit slower than others, mainly based on their investment. So, for example, the telecom the telecom example that was brought up earlier, where not only in South Africa, but even if you look at all the third world countries where they did not have telephony lines, it was much faster and easier and economical for them to be able to go into the wireless phones. And it's the same thing over here right now. It's the ability to, what is the market requiring at that specific moment in time. The most important thing, I think what we are delivering today from an industry point of view, is we're breaking the digital divide across the world. And we're bringing digital solutions for across the economic bandwidth to be able to continue to enhance our social economic structure. So I think from a technology point of view, every 25 years we have a revolution, and we are in the middle of our own revolution right now.
If you had to wrap up your message into one statement or one type theme, what would you want the audience here at DCC to most remember about Dell?
That absolutely, we're focused on the market. We're focused on executing our message. We are consistent in what we have communicated in the past, and we're going to where we are going into the future. And we have a few other surprises to come. And thank you very much.